Hello, 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 and welcome, 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 welcome to High Vibrational Mastery, where we are raising the vibration of the planet, many souls at a time. I am so glad to see you all here. Oh my gosh, I'm super excited. Let's see. If you comment in the comments, feel free to comment and let us know where you're from. Also, tonight we'll be talking about the upcoming pizza party this Friday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I know this is like amazing synchronicity, but I was walking with my dogs today and Spirit So I just suddenly felt drawn to order Domino's. I'm like, really? I didn't even know I was in the mood for Domino's. But I felt super drawn to go to Domino's website. So I did. And all week long, they've got 50% off pizza. I'm not even kidding. Some of you may prefer other brands or, or store-bought or, real Italian. But anyway, for those of you who do like Domino's has 50% off all their pizzas all week till the 21st. So clearly that includes the 19th, which is the pizza party. Yay! I actually had one for dinner. Half of one. I'm so thirsty now. Oh my God. I know I started out early today. I wanted to quiet my mind. I'm looking for my eyeglass cleaner. And I know Kimmy's daughter is in town, which is awesome. They're having a great time. But that also probably means she won't be here, which means she won't be sharing it out. So I do invite all of you. Excuse me, energy is moving. I invite all of you to share it out with me for us. That'll be perfect. Okay. I know what I've got to do. Let me know if the PayPal link is working or if I need to do something about that. It should be, but sometimes it does funky thing. Wow. That's a lot of information. Hold on a minute. It should be. Oops. Oh, that's right. What? No, that can't be right. Trance Healing, right? Oh, and then today's special. Right. Okay. There. And pin. Let's see if the link works. It didn't work. All right. I will have to do it differently. Darn it, man. Does not work. Don't worry. I'll get it to work. Hey, glad you're here. I know I started early today. I did. All right. Give me a second to catch up with whatever you're saying. My cat keeps turning off my lights. Trixie, you are special. Sit down, please. My good cat. Stay. Don't push my keyboard. I'm going to have to sit here and hold her butt so she doesn't lay on my keyboard. All right, Trixie. Tail. See the tail? Yep. That's. Gotcha. All right. Again, I'm straightening up I'm pinning the link. I'm pinning the link and I'm looking for the correct. Now, this is the correct link. So what are you guys not seeing that? Okay, well, let me just fix this then. Voila. Uno momento, por favor. Chicka, 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 boom, boom. Chicka, 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 chicka. Try that. Try that. Oh, let me get rid of that question. Well, that should work, actually. Yes, it worked. Yes, it worked beautifully. Excellent. Perfect. All right, that worked out just fine. Let me fix this one too. This one's probably working as well. That's the same. I'll put it there. And I'm going to make sure I've got it on YouTube. I have to fix it there as well. Okay. All right, perfect. We're rocking and rolling here, guys. All right. Yeah, again, I'm way early. I'm way early. I came to Spirit's really strong tonight. Really strong. You know what? I'm going to make some tea with some caffeine because I could use a little bit of caffeine. I shall return. I know you're going to miss me, but you know what? I'll let you look at Trixie while I'm gone. That face right there will keep you entertained for hours. I'll be back soon. I'm just going to make some hot water. Hey, puppy. Trixie, do something special. I mean, you don't really have to do anything special. You are special. Just saying. Be friendly to everybody. Hi guys, just boiling some hot water. I knew you'd love to look at Trixie. I knew that. She's purring. She's like, oh, this is nice. It's all about me. It's all about me, Trixie Boo. It's all about me. Look at that belly. Look at that belly. Look at this sweet belly. Watch this. Look at this belly. What? What, did I steal your thunder? You want? I'll go away. Oh, she's mad now. She's not talking to me now. She's like, I had the camera all to myself. The whole world was looking at me, and then you came in, Mom. There she is again. Hold on. Yep. She's like, it's over now. The moment has passed. So guys, let me know where you're tuning in from. All right. I'm just getting my tea ready, and I shall return. Gigi, are you watching? I feel your energy. I just want to make sure you got the link for your live your psychic reading, that you had, your session that you had with me, because I've sent it 3 times, and if I know I sent it this time in the reply to your email. So I don't know. I thought maybe you're thinking that there's going to be the video in the email. It's not. It's a link to the video in the email. Anyway, my friend, if you have any issues finding it, just let me know. All right, we'll figure out another way to send it. Sherry Lance, hello. How are you? Hello. May I have a reading? I am out of Maryland. Welcome from Maryland, my dear. In the comments, you will see a psychic service menu, and I'll tell you what I'm offering today. I would love to read for you. Today I'm doing grounding for 2222. It's a new service. Can you hear me all right? Let me move my microphone closer to my mouth. You're welcome. Also, psychic reading 3333. That gives you the full psychic reading live. Trance healing. That's any kind of healing that you need for yourself or a loved one or a furry animal companion or feathered. Hang on. I gotta move this. Let me try some of my tea because I can hear my voice waiting to get something warm. Give me one moment, please. That's very warm, actually. Trixie, do not put your tail in there. Seriously. Don't be a cat now. She's a cat, just so you know. Total cat. Beautiful cat. She's like, I see it. Yep. Tea. Oh, don't you dare. You did not. You did. She just draped her tail right over the teacup to say, I know. I'm not going to stick it in there. This cat. Oh, look, Jennifer Hartman Cooper. I'm new. Well, welcome, Jennifer. Hi, guys. I'm so glad. It's so nice to see some beautiful new faces. I'm sure we'll see some, I think, although a lot of our soul family right now are on vacation and stuff. So this is interesting. I'm so glad to see you. I'm glad you're here. So, okay. So we're doing the grounding for 2222, psychic readings for 3333. That's usually the most popular. I'm also doing healing for 4444. Or today's special is the whole everything for 5555. You get the grounding, the psychic reading, the live trance healing, the whole thing. And yeah, so those are the things that I'm offering today. And the PayPal donation link is in the comments. Let me know when you donate or if you donate for a service, and then you'll be next. All right. If you have any issue with the PayPal, let me know, because I'll drop down a different link. I know sometimes PayPal can be a little funky, but most of the time it's great. All right, I'm going to close this. No, I'm not. I'm going to move that. I'm going to move this because I want to be able to. I want to get into PayPal so I can see when you guys. All right, let me just do it this way. PayPal. I will also be doing reading for the collective today. All right, let's see. Just getting started, guys. Just getting started. It's 7:11 according to my clock on my computer, which is always a sign for me. Okay. All right. So let's see how you guys are doing. All right. So first thing we'll do, let me remove that from that. Let me remove that. Okay, cool. All right. Well, the first thing we're going to do, is drink some tea. I invite you to drink some tea or water or whatever your beverage of choice is. It's very hot. See, start each day with a grateful heart. I'm slurping. Okay, we have I'm drawn to do a short healing for the collective. So we're going to start there because I can feel the energy just powering up in my palm, my hand chakras. Everyone has them, but I'm feeling the energy. That's what it feels like, a power up. So I'm going to send healing to those who need it. And whether it's now or on the replay, you are receiving it. As long as you choose to receive it. If you just let spirit know, yes, I want to receive this healing, then you will receive it too. It takes just a few minutes. Can you guys, how's my, oh, Bonnie. Hi, Bonnie. Great to see you. Bonnie, how's the sound? Can you hear me all right, or do I need to reboot the sound? Good sound. All right. Excellent. 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 All right, guys. I believe today I may pull a couple of free cards. I might. If you want a full reading, that is for donation of $33.33. But if you want a card, while we have 3 people, I will pull 3 cards. So just say me. Or say please or something. Just say something. Yes, please. That'll work. Right now I see Sherry, Bonnie, and Jennifer Hartman Cooper. So let me know if you 3 lovely ladies would like a card. And you'll be next. Susie Jarvis. Hey, Susie, what's up, girl? Hey, I do something. All right, Bonnie, thank you. I'm pulling a card for you first. Susie, I've got a $22 thing up there today, just so you know. I thought of you. It's grounding. It's grounding. That Spirit gave me a new. Look at my service menu for today. You'll see they gave me grounding, and I feel like that's really interesting. And not only will I do it for you, but I'm going to also talk you guys through it if that's something anybody wants. I am painting and listening. Oh, I love that. How awesomely creative of you, girl. She goes, I know, 22. Every time I have a Spirit inspires me to do a $22 service, I think of Susie. Because it's her number, you know. All right. I'm the 44. I'm a 44 girl. I love 44. 44 is the number of the angels, and you're protected. And that's just my, I love them all. You've got whatever the number means to you. That's what that is, So the 2s are awesome. All the numbers are awesome. 717 is like my favorite number because it was my dad's number, and now it's my number, and Spirit shows it to me all the time. So honestly, whatever a number means to you is key. But if you like, a lot of times I'll just Google. If I feel drawn, I'll Google like, what is 333? Even though I have in my mind or my heart, maybe I'll feel something, but I just feel like Googling, and then I'll get a message right there. Technology and spirituality are really intertwined these days. As I see it. Ooh, that's good. Hold on. When the tea gets just that right temperature? Oh, that feels good. Are any of my new lovely friends here? Okay. You know what weird? What's weird? What is weird, Sissy? What is it? Right now I'm shuffling for Bonnie, just so you know. Yes, what's weird? As I'm drinking my tea. Delicious. I'm looking forward to when there's no lag time in between the time that, you ask a question and somebody answers and stuff like that on the live streaming. It'll be soon. Guys, very important. Domino's has 50% off pizza all week long. I kid you not. Right? If you like Domino's, I'm just saying 50% off on all pizzas all week. And that includes the 19th, which is Friday. It's our pizza party. So anyone who's coming to our pizza party, you've got to let me know today because I have to know where to send the Zoom link for you. Okay. Susie says, I was listening to music and out of nowhere you came on. What? Wow. I swear I didn't touch anything. I'm literally painting and cleaning furniture. Wow. Wow. That is definitely cool. There's a message for you here, my dear. Very cool. Bonnie says, we will be there. Okay, so if only I can get Trixie's butt off my notebook, which I need you to just let me slide it out, Trix. Thank you. Pizza party. Okay. So I will send it to you, Bonnie and Brian, in the Zoom link. Not in the, let me rephrase that. Forget I just said that. In the Messenger on Facebook link. I will send it to you on Messenger. Bonnie and Brian. Okay, I'll send it to you on Facebook. Facebook is the easiest. But for those of you that are not on Facebook, but you're on Instagram Messenger, kind of the same thing. If you're not on Facebook, just let me know. Hi, Lisa Wandsworth Spirit. Hello, love. Sending all the love and hugs, and may you be. Oh, here we go. I see something going on here. Hang on a moment. Yeah, something funny there. All right. Well, maybe it was an accident that well, thank you very much. Lovely for you to stop by. Okay. Yep. That's what I thought. Okay. Spam-a-lam-a ding-dong, baby. Done. Okay. Okay. Removed. Hi, Linda. So glad to see you. She goes, so glad I connected to this fantastic group. My God, just happened. Music was put instead of group. Spirit is playing around. They did that with you too, Linda? That's exactly what Susie just said happened. Wow. Bonnie says, I'm not great at painting. I tend to get more paint on myself than what I'm trying to paint. You are so super creative, though. Look behind me, if you can see it. I mean, that's Bonnie did that. It's not painting, but it's made her crafting is incredible. I bet you could paint really well if you want to. I'm not sure if I could, but maybe I could. I mean, I do really great graphics, so not exactly the same thing, but I've never painted. I shouldn't say never. I specifically remember being in arts and crafts in camp and in school. That was about 50 years ago. So, all right, let's see. Francis Xavier, hello there. Welcome. Good to see you, my friend. Good to see you. All right. All right, so I've got Bonnie and Brian for the pizza party. I know I've got Linda for the pizza party because she wants to have a pajama party. I'll be in comfortable clothes. So Linda, Ernest. Okay, Facebook. This is the pizza party list. The official pizza party list means I'm going to send everybody on this list the Zoom link for Friday night at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So if you're invited to the pizza party is free, BYOP, bring your own pizza. Domino's has 50% off this week, which I think is really cool. God, Kim McElwain, hello. She goes, Meagan, you look good. Thank you very much, Kim. Thank you. I had thoughts about myself not anything bad, but just like, oh, I should have put on mascara kind of thoughts. You know what I mean? Anyway, so thank you for saying that. And yeah, we are beautiful souls. We are beautiful inside and out. Yes, indeed we are. Okay, so Kim, are you coming on Friday? I'm putting you on the list. I know you said you were, but I just want to just double check. Are you coming to the pizza party on Friday? Pizza party, pizza party. I'm excited. That's going to be super fun. It will. However many, it doesn't, I don't care how many we are, you know, it's just going to be perfect. It's going to be perfect, bro, because we're all going to be able to see each other, you know, instead of you guys all see me and I can feel you all, which is, it's awesome. I love that. But I'll be able to see you and you'll also be able to see each other because you guys are always talking and connecting in the comments too. So this is what Spirit's been pushing me to not put, well, yeah, kind of pushing, I would say, inspiring me often, you know, to create community. Trixie, my cat's all about the community. She's like, yeah, I was just saying. 3 P's, pizza party and PJs. There you go, girl. All right, Kim McElwain. Yay. All right, so Kim, Bonnie Bryan, Linda Ernest, I am going to be posting the Zoom link in your Facebook Messenger. Maybe I'll make one group Facebook Messenger and post it there. I might do that. Wouldn't that be smart? And easier. I can make one group on Facebook, you know, like I don't mean like a Facebook group. I mean on a messenger chat box with all our names, and then everybody can talk with each other. But then also on Friday, I can do that. Excuse me, energy's moving. Does that sound good? That's energy moving, and it's also the fact that as soon as I'm telling you, Spirit said to me, "You want Domino's?" I'm like, tonight I want Domino's. I didn't know what I was going to eat tonight. I didn't feel like cooking. I know I'm going live. I like to have something already prepped, you know, and ready to eat from when I'm done live streaming. And I'm like, well, yeah, I guess I could go for some Domino's, you know, but it was a really strong feeling, you know, and as soon as I sat down and went to Domino's.com, they're like, all week long, 50% off any pizza. I'm like, yes, Spirit, you rock. I love a good sale. What can I say? So I thought that was such divine timing for anyone. I mean, not everybody likes Domino's. I didn't for many years, but I like their prices. And I'm really, really, really fond of their Kimmy turned me on to it. It's a feta cheese, spinach, onion pizza with Alfredo sauce. It's just really good to me. I think it's wonderful. And so, yeah, so it was only $8.50 because it was half price. Hello. Cheers. So that was fun. I'm so glad you guys are here. We have some beautiful new souls and lots of old souls, and that sounded interesting. All right, let me pick up the cards. I'm pulling a card for Bonnie right now because she said something. Yeah, I'll show you. I will give you evidence. Wait a minute. That Bonnie said something. Exactly. How did we get a leaf over there? That's in, you know, Spirit will often look, and it's a green leaf too. So it was alive on a tree very, very recently. I have no idea, other than Spirit, clearly, how it got in my office under my desk. I mean, I went to pick up my cards, and here's a leaf. Thank you very much. Spirit often gives me leaves. The tree outside, my beautiful tree friend. But this is not an old leaf. See the color? That's interesting. Nobody carried it in. Maybe I had it on my foot that I didn't realize it. Or maybe Spirit app put it in my office. Poof! All right. Bonnie is first. Something. First of all, Ms. Bonnie and Brian, that's you guys. Look at the hair. Actually, it even reminds me. Okay, so Brian's hair is longer than that, but that could easily be you, Bonnie. This is totally representing you guys. Oh, okay. Hang on a second. Let me see. And the other card I got for you is creation. I actually do feel like you have talent to paint. I feel like you have talent to do anything artistic that you want to do. It's very natural for you. You were turning over a belief. A new belief. A belief. Ha ha. I like that. A belief. A new belief. I like that's great. That's really good. Let me put that on the screen for a second. A new belief. Kimmy! Oh my God, Kimmy, thank you. I didn't want to bother you. I know your daughter's in town and be staying over your house tonight and everything. And so I didn't expect to see you. I'm so glad to see you. Thank you for sharing. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I shared it to three groups, and then I'm like, okay, that's it. Whatever Spirit's got us. So let's see what's the message for Bonnie. Who said something? Message for Bonnie is to believe in yourself. You have got what it takes to be all that you want, to have all that you want, to truly love yourself. While you have an amazing, loving partner, and both of you love each other, which is a beautiful, fabulous, wonderful thing, there's a self-love deficit still going on within you, which will often, sometimes beautiful couples will do that. They'll feed off the love for themselves from each other. So it's their love of and appreciation of you that makes you feel full. That doesn't make you, but that you feel fulfills you. And yet the core love has to come from within you. The core of your own love has to be love of self. And that helps enhance even the most perfect relationships and the most beautiful, beloved partners. So self-love and the creative process, creativity for you is a form of meditation. It is a form of self-appreciation when you watch and you see what you create. Spirit's saying to believe in yourself. Believe it, know it, you can do it. If you want to do it and you're passionate about doing it, whatever it is, you've got this. You've got this. They said, Spirit's saying there's a wave of self-love washing over you right now. You're feeling a wave of beautiful self-love. They're just sending out waves and waves and waves of love. Waves of love. You might feel warm. Some people feel cold when they feel Spirit. I'm personally feeling very warm right now as they've stepped into my energy. But the beautiful waves of healing, love, and light are flowing to you and through you now. I hear you, Blue Jay friends. I fed you several times today. I love you. I'm busy right now, but I promise I'll feed you soon. I love my Blue Jay friends. Give me 1 second. I really want to show you. Are you out there? Are you like right out there? Yes, he's right out there. Hold on. Let me see if I can show you. Hold on. Darn it. He flew away. He was right there eating seeds, calling his family. Darn it. He was right there. I looked around and he was literally, because that's where I feed them. I feed them on the edge of my my balcony. Yeah, that's my bird feeder. I always used to think I had to have an actual bird feeder until one day I put seeds out on the concrete, which is, the what's that thing called? It's part of my balcony, the thing that you lean on with your arm and you look over that part. The railing. It's a nice thick slab of concrete. I laid out the seeds and nuts, and now they come and they get their food every day, many times a day. Oh, I thought I'd be able to show you while he was in the act of eating and saying hi. Because little Fledgy, he's my friend. They're all my friends, but Fledgy, he's the young one. He was a baby, and now he still comes, but you can still tell he's younger than the other ones. And he's very, very talkative. And he calls me like, eat. I don't do a great bird call, but I'm practicing though, getting better every day. But he'll just lay out there. He'll stand out there and shout at me. Sometimes he'll like buzz the window, back and forth to look in like, hey, and he'll make sounds and call me. And sometimes he'll sit in the tree branches right outside. So cute. All right, let's see where we are now. That is so interesting, Linda, that you and Susie had the same thing where you're listening to music and then I popped up. Interesting. Or you're saying music would put instead of playing group, instead of group. Maybe I missed that. But anyway, I love you and you're all amazing. Okay, well, let me see what's next. You've got the bay leaf. Kimmy shared. You're absolutely right. Yeah, about the self-love. Thank you very much. Sandy Christmas. Banister. Yes, that's the ticket. It is the banister. The banister. Yes, they do. That's where I put food. They're seeds, they're nuts, sometimes fruit. The other day I got worried because hang on, let me fix my monitor. The other day I got worried because I didn't see them. They left some peanuts. They never leave over peanuts. And they left over like 4 peanuts. And I thought, oh no, I didn't feed them. I had like all this crazy stuff going through my head, guilt stuff. Like I didn't give them food in the morning and now they're good. They've gone somewhere else and they've left me for somebody else's peanuts. And then I thought, that's the silliest thing I've ever heard. When they're hungry, they're going to come back for more. And they did. I was like silly. Because I was like, oh, I don't want to lose my friends. You can't people please, even if it's bird pleasing. You have to do what's best for you. I was doing something else at the time. So, guys, let me know if you donate for a reading. I have pinned the comments. I have pinned the link in the comments. Also, let me know if somebody could just check the PayPal link. Even if you're not going to donate anything, if you just want to check the link for me, let me know if it's working. I'd really appreciate that. That'd be super cool. Because if it's not, I'll change it and put the other link in. Hey, Shayna. I see Shayna now. Shayna Honeybee, hello. You are all so awesome. So this past week, I feel like very drawn to share this story with you. So how do I want to share it, Spirit? Okay, so some of you know or have heard me talk about a neighbor, an elderly gentleman neighbor that I have. And if you haven't, then PayPal is working. Thank you very much, Kimmy. Thank you. All right. So I hadn't talked to him in several months, maybe like 5 or 6 months. It's been a while. It's been many months. We were on good terms for years. We weren't friends, but we were very neighborly. And then one day he did something that was really off. And I thought I just stopped the communication completely, Anyway, that's a story for another day or never, but many of you already heard it. So I'm just going with that. Anyway, so this neighbor, I found out about 2 months ago, was in rehab. Excuse me. I didn't know what happened. Turns out he had knee surgery and he had to go to a rehab. So I found out that his girlfriend was taking care of the cat, which is good because I had to make sure somebody was taking care of the cat. That cat is my friend for years, and I'm glad that Tom adopted him. But he was an outdoor cat for years, and so he was everybody's cat, and all of us had different names for him, and he is a really special cat. But he was always meant to be his, and I'm really glad. He's been living there for a while now. Anyway, so the woman was taking care of the cat. She would come by in the morning. and feed him. Anyway, so last week I see some people, like a guy walking up with a wheelchair and stuff. And so I realized the neighbor's home, my neighbor's home. And I thought, well, that's good. I'm glad that he's home. And that was pretty much it. And then I hear a knock on my wall. So I go, of course I'm going to go check. Okay. I don't care if I was like offended by something a while ago or not. The man is in a wheelchair or whatever, and he's knocking on the wall. Maybe he fell or something. So I immediately go next door to see if he's okay. And he asked me if I'll come in and help him with some things. Now, I have to tell you, I was not drawn to go inside of his apartment. And I always trust my gut. And my gut was right about this for all these years. But I realized that he actually really needed help. And it was stuff I could do, like ordering groceries online. I do that all the time. You know what I mean? And when I thought, well, what's he going to do? He's going to, you know what I mean? I had stuff going through my head, and he's like, I understand if you don't want to do it, but if you could, I really need your help. And so I said, you know what? I have to go home and think about this. I'm thinking, meditate on this for a few minutes. I need to go home and take care of some stuff, and I'll let you know. I didn't just jump on and do it or not do it. You know what I mean? I decided that I'm going to go home and think about it, or quiet my mind about it. And so I came home. What did I do? Did I reach out to Kimmy? Probably. I think I reached out to his girlfriend. I did, because I thought to myself, I want to make sure. She goes, what? With reason, but sometimes we just have to put it aside. With reason, but sometimes we just have to put it aside. Can you say that again so I understand what you're saying? Because I keep going with my stuff, but I want to understand what you're saying, Bonnie. Put what aside? Like our intuition or the stuff from the past? I think that's what you mean, but let me know. So I reach out to the girlfriend. She doesn't, and I literally called. Normally I would just text. I'm not a caller. I don't call people, say, hey, what's up? I wasn't doing that. But I did that moment because I thought this is kind of urgent. He needs something, like he says he's eating food. He said, I need food right now. I'm starving. Her dad's got a lot of food in his house, but he wanted certain things like milk. And I get that, I get like that too. If I'm out of, something I really want, then whatever. But anyway, that's not the point. So I call her up, and I'm like, and I hear myself babbling. I'm like, listen, he wants me to come in the apartment and help him to order food, but I don't feel comfortable going in there, and blah, 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 blah. I don't know. Should I do it? I don't know. I don't even know what I said to her. I don't even know what I said. And I realized that she's not calling, she didn't call back fast enough. So I asked my guides, and I felt good. I felt good about it. I thought I can help him with this. I do this all the time. Why you were not comfortable going inside. Okay, with reason, but sometimes we just have to put, I had really good reason not to be comfortable going inside. I mean, I wasn't comfortable with him. He's been there, living there for about 6 years now. I've been here for 8 years. He's been here about 6 years. And we've had it's had like the waves kind of relation, like friend, not a friendship, but neighborship. We've had an interesting neighborly relationship, because sometimes he could go without me feeling that underlying, you're a woman and I want that thing, because that was the underlying thing. It wasn't like I want to murder you or anything like that. It was like, it was gross and disgusting to me. It was sexual, and that made me nauseous. And I don't want any, and nobody's going to do that. The thing that he did that one time was put KY on my door with a banana. Okay. That's why I stopped talking to him. We were exchanging. I would bring him cake. He would bring me fruit. I would bring him cake. He would bring like an apple or a banana and 2 apples. And I thought that looks like something sexual as a man, but I'm just going to let that go. But very, very predatory and energy, very predatory energy. But he's old now. He's not a young guy. He's like close to 80, and doesn't mean he doesn't have the ability to be to have tendencies that make me, and I'm just as, my feelings are valid. I don't care if he's 1,000, But anyway, I wanted to help him. He totally freaking crossed the line. And that's why I stopped talking to him. But now he comes home from the hospital and he's in a wheelchair and that he doesn't, and he can't walk and he can't get anything and he can't leave the house. We live on the second floor. He definitely can't get down to his truck to drive anywhere. So, and he doesn't know how to order anything and he can't even get into his office because his office is like my office. It's the middle bedroom and his chair can't even get in there. So I just knew he really needed help. And his girlfriend doesn't know anything about computers or apps or anything like that. That's not her thing. So I really knew that I'm being called to do something and I felt comfortable doing it. So I went in. She eventually returned my call later on, but by that time I'd already gone in there and I helped him order food. I took his order. I said, all right, fine. I'll do this for you. And he goes, I can take care of you, meaning financially. And I said, okay, fine. That's fine. I thought that works for me because a business relationship works for me. That has very set rules and boundaries, right? You would think, but I was so good that just wait. I got to share this. All right. So anyway, that night I didn't give him a price. He didn't give me a price. He just made me like a general, I can take care of you. I have money kind of thing. And whatever. But I took his order. And I went home and I made sure to get him exactly what he wanted because I'm good at this, and I know to keep in touch with the person that's shopping. You can't do that with Walmart, but you can do that with Instacart, to make sure he got what he wanted. It probably looked like ease and flow to him, but I know I've been doing this for years. It's not always that easy. Those websites will say, you've saved 7,000 hours. I'm like, I've spent much more hours shopping online than I do in the store. But I buy much more specific items and I like shopping online. Although I like going into the store sometimes too. Anyway, so I helped him get his food. Took a couple of hours. While I was there, he's like, can you do this? Can you do that? Can you come back tomorrow? Can you come in and check on me in the morning? And honestly, I've had that feeling toward him to make sure he's alive next door for a long time. And so when he invited me to check on him, I said, yes, I will. Because his girlfriend's not there. They had some kind of a falling out. And so he didn't know when she'd come back. And I knew she'd be back eventually. But in the meantime, he just got out of rehab. He's all by himself. He doesn't have friends or family that talk to him. And he's all alone. And I'm next door. What does it take for me to say, knock, knock, are you okay? And close the door. Make sure he's not on the ground, didn't die or anything like that. All right. So I absolutely said I would do that. But then he's like, will you do this? And then I said, okay. I'll be back tomorrow to check on you. And then I wrote myself, I don't know where it is. Do I have it still? I don't know if I threw it out. I wrote myself, hang on, let me just see if I have it. If not, it doesn't matter. I'll tell you what I said. Oh. Okay, this was just the prototype. The finished copy I handed him. But literally, I wrote it down. I decided what number feels good to me. It's a lot less than I make when I do readings, okay? But I thought, what feels good to me that feels fair to him? That feels fair, blah, 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 blah. And I thought that feels fair to me. I'll offer for $20 an hour. I wouldn't do it for less. And I said, I'll prepare food. I'll help order food. I'll do anything with the computer. I'll take out your trash, clean the litter box, coordinate, help with others, meaning try to help him get any kind of more assistance that he needs, resources, anything with the phone or computer, any of that stuff. And emergencies. And I gave him my number. He asked me for it, but I absolutely said, yeah, if it's an emergency, then you can call me. And on the bottom, what I will not do, I will not do laundry clean. I will not do laundry or any physical care. Any physical care, meaning I'm not touching you for any reason. First of all, I'm not trained in that way. And secondly, I'm not physically putting my hands on him, specifically him, okay? Because I don't trust him in that way. And I know he's a sneaky son of a gun. So I made it, I swear, I had did this in meditation. Okay. I came out of meditation. I said, Spirit, I don't know what to do because he didn't give me any money that night. So he could promise me money from now till, 1,000 years from now. But if I don't set a boundary and tell him, this is what I'll do, this is what I won't do, and this is how much I'm charging for it. And if you don't want it, that's okay too. I would have still checked on him to make sure he's okay. Just to peek in, make sure he's not dead or something, but I wouldn't be working. Now he wants me to work. That's another, and I did it. I gave him the completed copy, made it very easy for him to read. And then it's the first thing he goes, $200 an hour. Wow. I said, no, 20. And he saw it. He knew he was laughing. And he goes, totally fair. And he never missed he would pay me every single day, sometimes like twice a day. Do I owe you anything right now? I'm like, and I was so completely honest. And this guy had piles of cash, but like several envelopes with cash. Because he said, how do you want me to pay you? I'm like, cash is good. Well, thank you very much, Joe. Good to see you. And I was glad that it was me. I don't know. I mean, why? I don't know. Maybe because somebody else could have, been less honest with him or whatever. But I'm like, no, I've been here an hour and a half. And then later on I would come back. Okay, I've been here now. I've been here another 2 hours or whatever. And so I made some extra money. In the meantime, right? So for the first several days, his girlfriend was nowhere to be found. She wasn't there. She was saying she was sick. Then she said the cat bit her, and but at least she was finally calling him. By the way, I know I said I wasn't going to clean, but his floor was terrible. We have this exact same apartment. So I know how I mop my floors and do my vacuuming. I mean, it's like I could do it with my eyes closed. And it was really dirty. And I thought, what if he falls? It's a dirty floor. And what about the cat's got to walk on that floor? So I decided I'm going to vacuum and mop. I didn't say anything. I just said, where's the mop? Where's the bucket? Thank you. And I just did it. If he had asked me, I probably wouldn't have done it because I specifically said I'm not going to do it. But I was so drawn to do it. And I think I know why. Aside from the fact that it looks really nice, and it's sanitary now. But I think the reason I can see it when her girlfriend finally came back over, right? Like the day before yesterday. I said, oh, well, she goes, you went over and beyond. She was not happy. You would think maybe but no, she goes, I said, yeah, but she goes, no, it was too much. It was too much. You went over and beyond. And I thought, oh, I cleaned her house. I mean, it's not her house. She has her own house, physical house in town, but they are a couple and he has his own apartment. And so she does have her stuff there too. She does live there with him sometimes, they're a couple for 5 years. And so I think it inspired her in a way to come back. I don't know for sure. I'm speculating here, but I have a feeling, and my feelings are usually pretty right. Not all the time, but usually I'm kind of psychic, and I feel because I don't think she'd said to him, he was telling me that she said that he couldn't make it on his own and he couldn't and then after he got out, she didn't come by for days. So I did what I was drawn to do, and I worked and I made some money and I helped him with everything he needed help with and more, and the cat and whatever. And the next thing she knows, she comes by and she realizes, wait a minute, he's doing great. You know what I mean? And he's a really independent guy. Sometimes when people are like a son of a gun, they're really tough nuts. And I don't know if I meant to say it that way, but they can make it. These people live a long time. My mom lived to be 91, and I'm not saying she's like him at all, but I am saying she was, a character. So these people are just really determined, and I was glad to see that. I'm glad to see that. But I also noticed from the time that I got there the first day, and he was in his bathrobe for 2 days, and he looked really down or whatever. And then he just started looking happier and happier. Of course, he got happy when she came over too, because you didn't know if he'd ever talk to her again or whatever. But they do that all the time. Whenever he would go to tell me stuff, I would just walk away, because when they have an argument, that's when he would go to my door. This is before. But if he comes to my door again, he's going to have to pay me to come over and do whatever, what needs to be done. Anyway, so yesterday when I went over there, he said, he couldn't even look at me. He's like, I don't even know how to tell you this. Do I owe you any money? I'm like, no, you just paid me. Well, just for today, like $30. He goes, all right. He said, do I owe you anything from before? I said, no, Tom, you've been paying me every day. You don't owe me anything else. I knew something was coming, right? He's like, well, Marilyn was here and she was explaining that, she is this and that, and she still loves me. And that you're doing for me everything that she does for me. I thought that's not really true, because she doesn't know anything about computers and this and that. But I think she means like making sure he eats, cleaning I didn't clean the rest of it. But anyway, so I get it. I get that. So I understood, and I knew it wasn't a full lifetime gig. You know what? I really enjoyed it. I loved doing it. This man whom I didn't speak to for months, because he was so wildly inappropriate in his choice of gifts, which, by the way, I saw in his apartment, the thing that he gave me. I saw it on the desk. I was like, I just looked away. But I really enjoyed it. And I found it really interesting, because I think I noticed he called me a genius. No, I'm not, listen, when I first met this guy, he put me down, even though he didn't even know me. He's like, well, you could come over or whatever, but I have the neighbor. This is because I work on computers, right? You guys know that. But he's like, but this guy Rex that I use, he's a genius with computers. And I thought, I can't remember the way he put it because I made it a point to forget it. It wasn't important, but it was like putting me down because I was a woman, assuming that I was dumb and that I wasn't as smart as a guy. By the way, I hired that guy once to fix something for me. He didn't know what the hell he was doing. And I realized that every time he would go edit, doesn't matter. That's not important. That would be gossip, and I'm not going to share it. But anyway. So he went from that several years ago to realizing that even when I was there this time, he's like, oh, look at this. My Roku is not working and I forgot how to use it. And it says you've got to do something or other. And I don't know how to get it done. And I said, all right, give me a minute. And I'd never done it before, but I'm looking at it on the screen and I'm like, all right, well, you got to do this and that. And he goes, wait, I'm going to help you. And literally he starts to call this guy Rex. And I said, Tom, look at the TV. He goes, oh, you fixed it. I'm like, yeah. I fixed it. All you had to do was reboot the modem. That's all I had to do. And then it just resets, just disconnect it from the electricity and it reboots and it's all fine. He goes, oh, you did. He was so in shock. He's like, you're a genius. And then, he never mentioned Rex again. But I just liked that, not because he called me a genius, but because I felt like for the first time in all these years, he stopped looking at me like a pair of breasts or something. You know what I mean? I'm a woman next door. Here I am. I'm this person, this human, that can do everything that needs to be done with ordering food and working on the computer and you know what I mean? Fixing, resetting his Roku, which is, easy to many of us, but not to him and not to everybody. And the stuff that he needed help with, I knew how to do with ease. And I was able to do that. The cleaning the floor thing, that was just an inspired action from Spirit, which I think helped him, may have helped him, his girlfriend come back sooner. But anyway, so that's where so anyway, he doesn't need me now, which is fine. I kind of was bummed about it though. And I kept, all day I was talking to myself. I'm like, what is the, I'm like, Spirit, what's up? Why am I feeling kind of bad? Do I like him? No, I don't like him like in any kind of that kind of way. Do I like him as a human? Yeah, more than I did before. I feel like we healed something that had gone, awry. Do I still think he would do something like that again? I hope not. I don't want to think about it. Do I trust him? Not as long as he's in a wheelchair. But I don't, he'll be out of it soon. I've been sending him healing every day too, by the way. He doesn't know that because I don't think he knows a thing about energy healing. He's just that's not where his mindset is. But I sent him healing every day too. And her. Yeah. I mean, as long as their higher selves agreed. So I just thought that was really interesting. I enjoyed doing it. I've never been a caregiver on any level, except for my dog, who's doing amazingly well. Excuse me, energy's moving. And I didn't know if I could ever do it or would I ever do it. And while I certainly didn't change any bedpans or do any massage, nothing. Not like he didn't ask, could you massage my knee? No, I will not do that. But if you'd like me to hand you the cream, you can do it yourself. If you want me to give you an ice pack, I'll do that for you. Not touching, no. So I said no to a few things and they all had to do with physical things. Like, will you take my blood for me for my diabetes? Nope. Won't do that. That stuff freaks me out. That's just not I wouldn't do it anymore. That's just not what I do. And I told him up front, I wouldn't do it. So if I wouldn't have, but I had it as a boundary in writing, no physical care. What I will not do, physical care. And you know what? That piece of paper, again, that's the scratch copy. I gave him the main one, but that piece of paper made me so proud of myself that I set that boundary, that I didn't sit here and wait and outsource my power and wait for someone to decide what I'm worth or what my time is worth or what my effort is worth. And by doing that, I was inspired and I felt good and I wanted to do more. I went over and above what I said I would do. And because I was being paid for it, because this man respected my time. I gave him a number. I could have given him a bigger number, but I gave him a number that I felt was fair. That's all I wanted. That's all I wanted. I wasn't looking to get rich off this guy. I just wanted to, this is what I feel. This is what I feel. So $20 an hour, you pay me that, and I'll do what you need as long as it's not A, B, or C. And the big list of what I will do, Anyway, I had to share that with you because that's a big old boundary thing. That was a big boundary lesson. And if I didn't do that, this whole thing wouldn't have happened. He'd probably be in a whole different headspace. I don't know how he would have gotten by this past week. I'm sure he would have figured it out somehow, but I wouldn't have been part of it. Or if I did, then I would have gone in and I would have felt bad because then he wouldn't be paying me because I wouldn't be asking. Not sometimes, you have to speak up, guys. And I know because it was very uncomfortable for me. That's why, it really was. But honestly, putting it down on paper made it easier because he's very deaf. So it was just easier all around. Also this way I could just show it to him and I could say it and show it. So that was helpful to me too. But I just really want to invite you guys to speak up, to speak up, because how I felt, how happy, I know I talked to Kimmy after this, how good I felt about myself after setting that boundary and enforcing it. And then how he respected me. He respected me and my time. And every time he would ask me something, he's like, if you want to do this, only if you want to do this, will you do only if you want to do this, I really liked it. It was a good experience for me. And I was sad when it was over, but I'm happy that they're happy. So anyway, I bored half of you to tears, but I'm really, really, really glad that I got to share this with you because it's a good thing, and all around, it was a good experience, for him, for me, for them, whatever, and now I have time again to do my own thing, which is also good. But that was different. Sometimes life throws you these interesting situations, and it's not always contrast. It might seem like it. And that surely could have been. I could have looked at that whole situation in a million different ways, but I saw it as an opportunity to heal and an opportunity to make some money and an opportunity to serve. Really, that's what I was really happy doing that. And I feel good serving. And I realized that too, in a very non-sexual, very spiritually servicing way. I feel really good about that. This card, guys. Reverence. Honor the sacred living prayer, presence in nature. You are sacred. You are sacred. You are part of nature. We all are. Don't let anyone take advantage of you. And don't allow yourself to let it continue because you're the only one that can set that boundary. And the people that seem to push your boundaries the most, in my experience, are the ones that respect you the most when you set a boundary and you enforce it. If not, then they might go the other way. But for certain in this particular situation, that was absolutely the case. But not just that. But I've experienced that in other situations too. When you have the cojones, when you speak up for yourself, and you, instead of being passive aggressive, a lot of times that can turn into passive aggressiveness. Because let's say, for example, let's say I didn't do this, right? Let's say I didn't do that. I didn't meditate. I didn't come to that conclusion about what I should do, but I went anyway because I felt kind of like, well, I'm his neighbor. I should probably check on him. What if something happens, right? Because I wanted to check on him. So right? But let's just say I didn't set any boundaries. And then I went, and then he asked me for something. And then I'm thinking to myself, well, is he going to pay me for it? Or is he just going to promise that he can pay me for it and tell me how much money he has, but then he doesn't give me it? I mean, I could have gone through all these thoughts in my head that wouldn't have served me or him, and then I could have gotten annoyed when he asked me this or that, and I could have, I know, because I've been down that road where eventually, you suck it up, and then you get angry. That's enough. Now I've had enough. And then you think you're all like brave because you maybe said something bold to somebody, or maybe even something rude. I don't think I would have been rude to him, but to anybody, whatever. Like, because you didn't say anything for a long time, but now I'm angry, so I'm going to tell you what I really feel. Why wait? Why do it? Why go through that whole contrasting experience when you can just be upfront? And I know that might feel weird at first, but ask yourself why. Okay, let's say I thought about, why would I not do this? Why would I not tell him exactly how much money I want? Why would I not tell him what I will do and what I will not do? Why would I not? Okay, well, why would I not? If I didn't, why? Because maybe he could say no. Okay, that's fine too. Well, he might get upset. Okay, I realize all that shit is from childhood. Just ask yourself. You might have different reasons in your head, but ask yourself, if you're having an issue setting boundaries and enforcing boundaries in your own life, ask yourself, what are you afraid of? What are you afraid of? What are you afraid of? I have a different situation now. I have a lovely couple, met just recently. That they've been doing a little bit of work for me. The husband's walked my dog a couple of times, and the wife did a little bit of laundry for me. I mean, I was literally over there doing stuff for him, and she's taking out my laundry. But that was fine. I was happy. You know what I mean? Sometimes it's just whatever. I mean, I was like, I can afford it. I can do that. So here, let's have do some of my laundry. It'll make me feel better. But when I asked her how much, she's like, well, I don't really know. You decide. I know you'll make the right decision. Okay. So now she's throwing the ball in my court, but she's the one that's doing the work. I prefer if somebody would just tell me what they want, and then either I say yes or no. But I think that she had her own reasons, her own, just like I'm talking about, like why, some people might not want to tell you up front what they want to charge or what they will or will not do. Well, I was going through it in the reverse. It was happening. She was doing it to me, and I'm the one that was holding the ball here. And I'm like, well, so she went ahead and said, I called up the local places to see what they charge, and they charge like $2 a load, which is like $25, or $2 a pound, but it's like $25 a load. And I would never expect that, but I just think I know you'll come up with something fair. So obviously she has an idea in her head, but she's not telling me what it is. So I decided, well, she's not going to give me a number, so I'm going to give her a number. And if it doesn't work, she can counter or something, but I can't make her speak up for herself. I can just do what's best. And also if I had to make it weird. She goes, sometimes it's hard to put a dollar value on what we do. I agree with that. I do. But you know what? That's why what I did is I had to tune into what I feel comfortable with. And I don't care. Like if he didn't say, okay, like if he said, oh, no way, that's too much money. Well, okay, then that's too much money for you. And I can't do this. I would still have checked on him in the morning to make sure he's alive, but I wouldn't have done all the work that I did. And I did a lot of stuff, but, and honestly, I mean, it could be a fraction of what he would have paid somebody else. I don't know, but it doesn't matter because that was my number. That was my number that made me feel good about what I was doing. And then I went over and beyond what I ever intended to do because I felt so good about it. That's the way that's what I'm finding. That's what I recommend. That's how to put a dollar value on what you do. Because if you're not charging enough, then you don't even want to do it. Where's your motivation? Or, wow, I did all that work and that's all it's worth, or whatever, stuff like that. If it doesn't feel good and you're going through all this mental gymnastics in your head, then that's not the number for you. That's how I come up with my prices. I don't look see what other people are charging. I have to see what I have to feel. I ask spirit and then I feel my way there. And I always know when it's time to raise my prices, or do a special or no special, or even for every live stream, my prices, you'll notice change sometimes, maybe a lot of times, because I follow my guidance. And that's also an exercise in boundary setting, and more and more of an exercise for me than I even realized. So anyway, this lovely couple. So I did the laundry. I mean, she did the laundry rather. And then I said, well, so her husband drops it off, and he says, well, same thing. She said that you'll come up with a number. Meagan, boo-boo, I'm busy right now, honey. You want to say hi? I'll say hello. I love you too, baby. I sure do. Yes, you're so lovely. Yes, you're perfect dog. I love you. I love you. Yes, I love you. She's so gorgeous. Oh, I love this dog. Oh, she's perfect. So anyway, I gave a number, and I said, well, what about this number? And he said, well, that's in the ballpark. So as soon as he said that's in the ballpark, I said, oh, okay. So she has an idea. He goes, yeah. She had an idea, and then your number is in the ballpark of what she was thinking. Why didn't you just tell me what she was thinking? You know what I mean? And I'm not annoyed at all. I mean, I like them. They're a nice couple and they do nice work and stuff. But obviously she had numbers in mind and just was not forthcoming about saying them. So I understand that because I went through that in my own life. You know what I'm saying? And so anyway, so tomorrow I asked for a ride. I said, do you want to give me a ride somewhere? And I could call Uber, but she's like, oh, they're so expensive. So I checked Uber's prices and I offered them $10. And first I said, well, how much will you charge? She goes, the same thing. You decide, or you and my husband can decide everything to deflect it. Like you'll figure it out. And I said, so I figured out for myself, I would be paying Uber this, like the $10 more plus, according to what I'm figuring in my mind, plus a tip. So I offered them what I think is probably way more than they were going to ask me for. But definitely better than a lot less than I would have paid Uber. But I think a very fair price for them. And so we'll see. We'll see what happens tomorrow. You know, I thought to myself, let them make an offer and I can counter, but that doesn't happen. And that's okay. So I'm learning to be bolder and say, you know what? I'll give you this for taking me here, there, and then home again. How does that work for you? You know, anyway. Bonnie says, I make all the crafts because I like to do it and it keeps me busy and is relaxing. But when asked to put a price on it, for me, it is difficult. I know. And I feel like you must have like a gazillion of big piles of beautiful crafts that people would love to have, and some that you might really enjoy selling and that you don't because you haven't put a price. Are you drawn to sell any of them? That's the first question. Do you want to keep them all, or are you drawn to let the babies go? You know, that's first. And if you really are drawn I need to get more water in my tea. All I have is a bag. And if you are drawn to sell them, make some extra money, you know, and let them get some good homes. Maybe free up some more space in your home for other craft projects that you're working on, or maybe even sell some and get some more money that you can. I mean, I know you have plenty of money, but to invest in more, you know, tools and stuff, you know, crafts, whatever. For whatever reason, if you want to sell your stuff, try this. Try putting a number on it. In your head, put a sticker on something like $25. See how you feel about that. Meagan, sweetness. Can you please stop moving my camera? I got Trixie over here with her tail. I got Meagan over here pulling the camera down. What's up? I love you. You're perfect. You should see how well she walks now. Down the stairs. Yeah. Hello, Bev Dent. Welcome. But that's what I would try, Bonnie. The Spirit's showing it to me in my mind's eye. They're showing me like a little sticker. You don't have to physically put the sticker on, but you could try it as long as the adhesive doesn't stick to your thing. Well, welcome. I'm so glad you're here. But just picture it in your head, like a $25 sticker, boom, or a $225, whatever the number is that pops into your head. Try that sticker on in your head and see if you can visualize how that feels to you. Does that feel, wow, feels good. I could sell it for that price and feel good about it. Or maybe you'll feel like, I put all that work in for what? No way. I'm not selling it for $5. No way. You know, or whatever it is. Or maybe $1,000 and you'll be like, nah, I don't really think it's worth that much. I don't know. It's like, you know what I mean? Just feel your way there. See how it feels to you. You can actually quiet your mind and just, I literally I went into meditation. When I came out, I wrote down $20 and my brain tried to tell me, well, maybe 15 would be more fair. And I'm like, fair to whom? That's what I want. That's the number I came up with. That's the number that I want. That's the number that I'll work for. And it was absolutely zero problem for this guy to pay me. He has no financial problems at all. I didn't know. He's my next door neighbor. You know what I mean? But some people are just, you know, everybody has their own stuff. I don't know, I don't know his financial circumstances. I just know that he told me many, many times, it's not a problem for me at all to pay you, very easy for me. Cool. Right? Doesn't that make sense, Bonnie? Right? Try it on. See how it feels. Maybe even visualize yourself, selling it to the customer and she hands you, I don't know, $250 or $25, or I don't know why I keep getting 25 in here. So whatever. But envision that and see how it feels. Do you feel good with that transaction? But the main thing is, do you feel good with the number? Do you feel good with the number? And then try on less. Like what I told you a moment ago, when I thought to myself, well, 15 might be more. I'm like, what? I'm not working I make $125 an hour doing readings, and I'm going to work for $15 and make, and do somebody's, caregiving. No, I'm not. No, definitely. You know what I mean? But anyway, it worked out just the way it was supposed to work out. I'm not saying if he desperately needed help, I would have left him there, because I wouldn't have, but everything worked out the way it was supposed to. I followed my intuition, and and it worked so well because I was in complete alignment helping him. I went over and above. Has never been in such excellent behavior and he's really much happier. He was much happier. It really made me happy to see him happy, because people that are maybe inappropriate in some ways or grumpy or negative or whatever, they're as normal. They're souls like you and I. Meagan, you've got to stop. They're souls like you and I. They're also made of love and light. They're just stuck in their facade or whatever. And so I know I'm a healer, and I knew what I was doing was healing work. I knew it was much more than getting phone numbers for him and blah, 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 which I did too, get his number for his childhood friend and so he can call him and stuff. I knew what I was doing was healing. So think about what you're doing, because your work is going to be very healing to people as well. I love my beautiful sunflowers. I know I need more on that wall. There's not much going on over there, but the beautiful sunflowers Bonnie gave me. And of course, the beautiful sunflower from Linda over there. But I'm just saying, see how you're going to have to feel it out. Stop overthinking it. Your mind will tell you all kinds of stuff about being unworthy and crap like that. It's not about that. Do you want to be like 100 and have like these mountains of warehouses filled with beautiful work that eventually gets donated? Because you're 150 and you transition, right? And eventually it just all gets trashed or maybe donated to the local charity or something. You can do that now. You know what I mean? Or you can sell some of it to people that would really appreciate it and be really happy to pay you for it. Like, he couldn't have been happier. He couldn't thank me enough. I'm telling you, every single day, usually more than once a day. And when I left, as I was leaving, he would literally stop me just to thank me, tell me how grateful he was for my help, because he couldn't have done that without me. And he was just so, and I know he meant it. He wasn't blowing smoke up my butt. He really meant it. He was really grateful. He'd pay me and then tell me how great. He didn't care about the money, because you know what? All the money in the world doesn't help you if you can't get around and you can't do, things. And it's amazing how life can help to shift your perspective on things, but you have to be open to shift, and he was, and I was. And so I feel good. Anyway, so I'm excited to see what you decide to do about your art, your crafts, because you've been talking about that for a while. So I know what's on your mind, And you could even try one piece, but you've got to come up with a number that you feel good about. Otherwise, you're going to feel robbed and feel ripped off and feel blah, 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 blah. Make sure they pay you up front. You know what I mean? That kind of stuff. Whatever. Just make sure you're aligned with it. And then like Tony Robbins and Dean Graziosi say, then over deliver. Like amazing customer service and beautiful packaging and great, you know what I mean? The whole thing, just really, but in order to feel drawn to over deliver, you have to be charging a price that you feel good about. Otherwise, it just doesn't work. So I learned a lot. And I hope I've shared even just a little bit with you. All right. So I know I didn't do any readings. Are we going to do a reading? Well, I did. I did a mini reading for Bonnie. Let me check PayPal and see if anyone has donated for a reading. And I do not see that today so far. Bryce said maybe I try to sell at a craft fair. That's a great idea. That is such a great idea. Oh my God. Oh, I love that idea, Bonnie. That, you and Brian, man, that's a fantastic idea. Then you guys can go together, bring all your stuff, make sure you put your prices on it. Don't let people take your decide for you, and then they can look through them and decide, oh, I love this one, I love that one, and display them, and oh, that'll be amazing. Yeah, I love that. And if you ever want to sell them online, you're welcome to sell them in my group too, by the way. Captive audience. I don't mean it that way. I just mean people that also love stuff like that, and they're all our friends. But again, you have to know what your prices are, But I think a fair is going to be awesome. I think that's going to help you to get out there and to deal with the people and to get used to your, pricing and stuff like that. And then you'll know. Then you'll know also, well, you might even feel like, well, I probably should have charged more for that one. All right, so next time. Now you know when you charge something this big and you charge $35 and it took you 40 hours. All right, maybe that wasn't good enough for you. So you learn. You learn and you grow. You know what I mean? You learn and you grow. It's a process. You're welcome. You're welcome. You're welcome. You're welcome. I love all of you guys. Does anybody want a reading before I go tonight? Well, I'm not really going just yet. I'm going to get some water, though, because I'm so thirsty. Remember I told you I ordered that pizza from Domino's because they have that special this week? My God, it's salty. It's still really delicious tasting. So salty. I'm thirsty. Be right back. Megan, you're so pretty. Hold on. Look at that girl down there. Look at that. Okay, wait, we got Kitty over here, puppy over there, and Megan Boo-Boo right here. Megan Boo-Boo. Is Pa sleeping on Megan's bed? He's like, yep, sure am, Mom. Megan, is that what's going on? Puppy sleeping on your bed? I have to open up the chair for Paws. Otherwise, he takes over Megan's bed. Anyway, let me go get a drink. I'll be right back. You're perfect. Yeah, you're perfect. All right. Look at you, girl. Look at you. I didn't say we're going to get snacky. I did not see that. No. You are my favorite angel. You are my favorite girl dog in the universe. That's right. I don't mean my favorite child. I have millions. All of you are my favorites, but I'm just saying, you are the best girl dog ever. And you're the best boy dog ever. And you're the best girl cat ever. That's correct, everybody. You're all my favorites. Yes. Hey, Samani Crow. Good to see you, soul sister. And fur kids. I love it. I love it. I love it. Oop. Pop back in there. Oh, where's my... Come on, monitor, please. Okay, I'm checking my video. Oh, God, it's not connected. Hold on, guys, because my monitor just disconnected itself. Don't go away, please. Stay right there. Hold on. One moment. You can probably see me, but I can't see anybody. So hold on. I got you. There you go. I got you, sucker. Hello. Let me see if I can screw you back in there. Reconnecting monitor. There we go. Sorry for the extreme close-up of my armpit. Much better. Because I'm a computer guru. Oh, it's hot. Okay. So if anybody wants a reading, let me know. Okay. And I'm going to share something, a law of attraction story. She goes, we saw you the whole time. Nothing changed on our end for you. Thank you. Thank you for letting me know. Yeah, my monitor, this thing right here, went, wow, that's far out. Look at that. Do you see that? Whoa, that is so psychedelic. I didn't know that would happen. That is cool as heck. Dude. We should put some music on, like some psychedelic 60s stuff. Wow. Wow. Well, anyway, the monitor was black because the whole cable, the monitor cable came out. And now I put it back. Much better. Trippy. I know, right? Minute energy. So look, I have a new wax burner. It's kind of a cool thing. Okay, so this happened. Law of attraction story. Guys, if you want a reading, let me know that you've donated and you'll be next. Megan, you're going to have to. Okay, let me open the chair for her just so she has a place to lay down. Do you want to lay on the chair? Your boss is obviously laying there, so you can't. So that's where he is. But come here. You want to sit up here? I'll give you. Hang on, guys. Megan, I'll give you a blanket. I get it, Megan. You want to lay down here. I'll make it nice for you over here, okay? Come here, baby girl. Come on. I'll pick you up. You want me to bring you up on the chair? Come on. Do you want me to pick you up? Should I pick you up on the chair? Come on. Okay. Okay. All right, there we go. Okay, there we are. All right. Okay. All right, you happy now? All right, he's laying it on your, here, I'll put my bathrobe over you. Hold on a minute. You know what? Here, you can do this one. How's that? That's not even, isn't that nice? Cuddly wuddly? Is that better? Yeah? Is that good? All right. You happy now? Okay. She's happy. You see her over there? She's all happy now. If you want to get down, let me know. Jumping up, well, some of the chairs, some things she's able to jump up on now. That one chair is a funky angle. I think it's a little bit too high right now, but she's getting stronger every day. So, somebody says microdosing psychedelics has shown to help with depression. Definitely helped me. Wow. See, I've never tried that. I tried mushrooms when I was like 16, and it was to get high. It wasn't to heal anything, and it was a horrible experience for me. So, but I'm saying, so I wanted to be clear when I said I haven't tried that. I haven't tried microdosing for healing sake, and I think that would be very interesting. So microdosing, it literally means like taking a very small amount. Is that what you mean? I would be interested. I don't know that I would ever try it because I don't think I need that, but it would be very interesting to learn more about it. Shrooms is what I have tried. Gets you in a deep meditation state. I don't know how I would feel about it now. I wouldn't try. I don't feel drawn to try it though. She goes, yes, like 1 or 2 small pieces. Well, that might be, I do use Delta 8, which is, as well, it's over the counter. Have you tried, it's like a little bit stronger than CBD to me. And I take like a tiny little nibble off of it because I don't want to feel high or anything like that. But sometimes that can feel, to me, a little bit like it helps me in a meditative state. But I don't feel trippy or anything like that. I don't like to lose control over myself at all. But I accept that when I get, wait a minute, because when I go into meditation, when I do trance with spirit, I'm completely giving myself to spirit. But I am aware that I'm doing it. It's not like my body is going elsewhere and I'm like, shit, wait a minute, wait for me. No, it's like my consciousness is there, but I step back and I allow spirit to blend in with my body. And that's I guess that's not the same thing, but for me, it's interesting. I like it. She goes, no, I haven't tried that. Never heard of it. Where I live, it's legal. They sell it at like those things. They used to call them head shops. I don't know what they call them now. Where people buy smoking supplies like vape and those kind of things. Where they sell kratom, because I use kratom all the time. That's just my norm. Instead of any kind of pills for pain or anything like that, I use kratom. But Delta 8, sometimes I'll use it to relax. And if I take enough, if you take a little more of it, I'm sure you would. When I first tried it, I thought, I'm seeing things. Not really seeing things, but like I would feel like dreamy and weird. And I'm like, oh, that's a little much. So I just narrowed it down to like the tiniest thing. But it might be similar in some way. But I'm not really sure. But that's very cool. Honestly, I've seen advertisements for what's the one they used to call ecstasy? MDMA? I've never tried that ever. But I've seen advertisements that they use that clinically for depression as well, to heal depression. She goes, it helped me release depression and opened my gift back up in early 2000. I was gonna say 1990, early 2019. Okay, and it's the same thing as with trance, which I've been doing more of. Oh, trance rocks. Trance meditation, trance to me is just trance mediumship. Forget about it. I love it. Actually, very similar. I have a feeling it would be. That's what I'm kind of feeling like it would be. And I've been doing trance for years now. I mean, okay, why am I comparing myself to other people? I mean, literally, my trance mentor, who's my dear friend Debbie Charlton, she's been doing it for 26 years. So when I say years, I don't mean 26 years. I mean like 6 years or 5 years, but some people, like her father was a medium too. I find a lot of my friends in the UK, and she's in Ireland, have like long histories of families that were mediums and stuff. I find here in the US, not as many. I'm not saying they're not here, but I mean, granted, in other countries, the countries themselves go back centuries, whereas the US doesn't go back quite as far. But anyway, yeah, we're late bloomers, get just on time. That's right. Also, we're old souls. So this is not like, I love it. I have it on my YouTube channel. When I went, I had a private reading with Elaine Thorpe, and brilliant trance medium, her spirit guide Jonathan. And he said to me during that one reading, I've had 2 readings from her, and I've interviewed them many times. But during that specific reading for me, he said, "Your father is standing behind you, and he's waiting for you to sit for trance." And I didn't have any knowledge or desire at the time to do mediumship. I didn't even see myself going in that direction, and I really didn't consider trance. I was doing readings, psychic readings. I thought, trance? I'm going to sit for trance? And that sat in my head. And then over the years, I've been doing that more. I mean, now I've been sitting for years, like every day, and taking classes. And I'm in Debbie's advanced trance class and all that other stuff. Oh, I love Elaine too. Yeah, she's an amazing trance medium, and I just love Jonathan too. Mm-hmm. Hi, Claire. How are you? She goes, "Hi, hon. Hope you're well. Can I have a message from Spirit or any spiritual guidance, please? Thank you, from the UK." Well, welcome from the UK. Welcome. She goes, "Me neither. Mediumship was not on the radar, not to my conscious brain." That's me too. It wasn't to my conscious brain, but you know what though? Okay, so now I've been sitting with I'll get to you in just a moment, Claire. Please excuse me for a minute. So the trance mediumship, I'm eating my hair. I have a fan blowing on me because I was hot. So now I've been doing trance for a while, right? First trance blending, and of course now trance healing. It's very natural for me, and I'm really good at it. And it's really just me allowing it. It's spirit that's really good at it. But I'm as a medium, you're the medium. You're the person in the middle. If you don't, for anybody that doesn't know what a medium is, there's spirit and there's the human and there's the person in the middle between spirit and the other person, and that's the medium. You're literally the middle, the medium, the middleman, the medium. And so my mediumistic skills to keep growing and growing. And as I keep developing my trance mediumship, my evidential mediumship is growing. And yeah, I mean, I have several things. Oh, that's such a good question. Okay, I'll answer that in just a moment. So like yesterday, I was reading for a client, doing a psychic reading for a client. And it was a beautiful reading. And at the very end, I said, "Do you have any other questions? One last question for me or for Spirit?" She said, "I do. Do you see anybody with me?" Now, in the past, I might have said something like, "Oh, I don't, but I don't say that anymore." Now I just shut up and I ask Spirit. I'm like, "Is there a message from anybody?" You know what I mean? Because I know I'm connected. I know I can if it comes through. And so I quieted my mind and I'm like, And the name Lewis popped into my head. I said, "Do you know anybody named Lewis?" And that's another thing. As you're developing, you have to have the confidence to say it out there, because she may have had no clue, and that's okay too. But she said, "I do. I said, "And who is Lewis?" She goes, "That's my father." I said, "Is he in spirit?" She goes, "Yes." He is. I said, "Is that who you wanted to hear from?" "Yes." So she was so thrilled. He went by Louis. Lewis. Seriously. I'm good with Louis and Lewis. It's the same person. And the energy, it was a fatherly energy, a paternal energy. So anyway, I mediumship just rocks. And okay, so what is trance healing? Oh, I like what Sandy's saying. The more we set and ask intention to keep our vibe up, the more it opens up. That I couldn't have said it better. That's exactly right. Yeah, that's exactly right. Oh, I love names. I was getting names for a long time until I started telling myself I couldn't do it. And now I just allow myself to do it. I also get messages and everything else. Real fast, I had a message from my bestie, my awesome friend Diane. Her newborn grandson was not born yet last week. And he was going to come early, they felt. They didn't know when. And the mother her daughter had been having headaches. And I asked her, do you want me to send her healing? The daughter said yes. I'm leaving out names for privacy reasons. Anyway, so in sending the healing, I saw the baby. Now, he wasn't born yet. I saw a beautiful, bright light, this amazing, bright, whole white light, source energy. And then I saw the mom with this beaming, beautiful smile on her face. And first of all, I knew they were both perfectly healthy, right? I knew that. So I knew whatever the headaches were, they're going to go away because they're both perfectly healthy. And she's happy. And then I asked him, do you have any messages for your family? He said, get ready, here I come. I said, okay. So I tell my friend that. I don't think anything of it, that get ready, here I come. I figured he's coming early. They don't know when, but whatever. He was born the next morning at 6 a.m., like at least a week before the day that they were going to, initiate because they weren't going to wait. They were going to, I forgot, I don't know. I never gave birth. They were going to make it happen, make her go into labor. And instead, she popped out the baby the next morning. He said, get ready, here I come. And a few hours later, he came out. Yep. So, hello. I was like, oh my God. So my mediumship skills are also off the chart. And they just keep getting better. And that's because I'm allowing it and I'm believing it and I'm doing trance. So what is trance healing? So sitting for trance means, okay, so trance, hang on, how do I explain this, Spirit? My consciousness steps aside. It doesn't leave the body or anything like that. It just steps aside. Some mediums talk about it like sitting in the back seat of the car and somebody else is driving. I don't see it. It doesn't work for me that exact way. But I would just say I'm aware of spirit stepping into my consciousness and blending with my consciousness. And then I just quiet, because I'm good at that. I've been meditating for years, a lot of years now. And I can quiet my own mind and then just allow spirit to come through. Am I perfect at it? No, I'm a work in progress. We're all a work in progress. But as far as trance healing, because I sit on Wednesdays with a trance healing group, and then I sit on Sundays with the advanced trance mediumship class with mentor and trance medium Debbie Charlton. Plus, I sit on my own many, many times a week. And so the more you practice anything, the better you get at it. And I'm attuned for Reiki, but that was never felt like my specific thing. Trance feels like my specific thing, but I also often incorporate Reiki. So when I sit for trance healing, I go into trance. Sometimes it's a light trance or a deep trance or whatever. I'm here, my body is here, but I'm not present. I'm not present like I'm talking to you right now, and I know it's me, see Meagan Michael. I will quiet down and chill, right? And spirit will step forward, and they will use me as the battery, as the point of focus. Whose intention it is to send forth healing to the designated target, be it person, place, thing, all consciousness. And I will sit in that energy. And with intention and send healing to that person. I have helped my dog heal from not being able to walk to walking. I mean, literally, she's over in that chair over there. Just as like a month ago or so. She's walking really, really well. She walks down the stairs now. I assist her up with a little helper thing, a little sling, but the doctor had said, "Oh, you're going to have to make a decision." What decision? Give me my dog back. I brought her home, and I was, started giving her healing. She goes, "Amazing information. I love this." Thank you. It's amazing. It's an amazing. Anybody can do it. It's if you're drawn to do it. But if anybody wants healing, I do. I didn't even add it to my website yet, but I do offer it as a service. Because induced labor, thank you that you're all saying it. And I'm like, I don't know what it's called. Yeah, it was called induced labor. Anyway, so the young man, the baby, was born totally healthy. And the next morning, my friend sends me the picture of her beautiful daughter's smiling face, exactly the way I saw it in trance. Exactly the same beaming smile the daughter had. And the baby said, I knew he couldn't wait to get out. He couldn't wait to start the life. He was excited. He was ready. He's one of those brand new souls. That's not a new soul. He's an old soul in a brand new life, ready to take on the world. He's like, I'm ready. I'm coming out now. He's like, I'm not waiting any longer. He was ready. And he's not the only baby that came early. Medium Matt Frazier's baby, Royce, just popped out recently, very early. And it's really, and my bestie's other grandchild, who was also born this year from one of her other daughters, was born on my birthday. Was late. Was it late or early? I think that first baby was late, and they didn't know, but she waited till my birthday to be born on March 29th. So it's just so interesting the way that this all works. Trance is amazing. I have if you're drawn, Clara, my friend Debbie, has an amazing group that I'm part of, and an admin, one of the admins for, Discovering the Unfoldment of Trance on Facebook. And I would like for you to join my group too, which is High Vibrational Mastery. And I will put the link in the comments, but I will also put the link for Debbie's group, because if you're really drawn to do trance by any chance, then that rhymes, doesn't it? Yes, it does. Because that's a fantastic place for education. I know, because that's where I go. And so I believe in it. There's a lot of teachers out there, but no, there aren't. I shouldn't say that. There are not a lot of teachers. There are several teachers, and I've sat with some of those teachers. And the one that I'm the most drawn to is Debbie, who interestingly is also born on my birthday, except she's older than me by a few hours. So Debbie actually was born on her birthday. Isn't that interesting? When we first met each other, we were really drawn to each other. And then we were like, when's your birthday? Oh, March 29th. Really? What year? 60? What? No way. Yeah. Same birthday. Can you heal lineage of diabetes? It's generational. I believe absolutely you can. I believe, listen, I was diagnosed with stage 4 splenic marginal zone lymphoma back in 2016 and 2017. Okay. And I am healthy, completely healthy. So I believe you can heal generations. I believe you can break soul contracts that generational lineage thing. You can absolutely do it. You can heal yourself, and in healing yourself, you heal others before you, because there is no before and after. Time is a man-made construct, but you can absolutely heal. Mm-hmm. Yes. Just to point out, I'm not a doctor. I'm a medium, but I'm a good one. And this is my own personal experience as someone who's healed myself. And that's before I even learned mediumship. That was me sitting for meditation and juicing and changing my eating habits and changing my belief system, and speaking nice things to myself and getting rid of all negativity. I stopped watching the news. These are, I'm throwing it all at you fast. There's a lot of things you can do to heal yourself. But I also feel now, I know now, but I didn't know anybody when I was diagnosed with cancer. I didn't know any healers. I wasn't one yet that I knew of. And I didn't have friends at the time yet that were healers. Everything manifested from that. Everything. That was one of my greatest teachers. If you want to, Trixie, if you want healing now, I could do a healing on you now if you'd like. If you want to book a private session with me, we could do that. If you want to inbox me on Facebook and we could talk about it, we can do that too. If you'd like to do like a full session, that we would do offline, on Zoom. We could definitely do that, because I've been trying to communicate with my spirit myself since my brother passed almost 4 years ago. I'm sorry for that. But I sometimes feel like I'm stuck for some reason. That's because we get in our own way. Especially when it's somebody so close to you and you want to feel them, you want to connect with them, and you want it so bad that you're focused on the want instead of the allowing. Let me share something with you. Let me get some water first. I believe in miracles. I've seen many. Amen, sister. Me too. Yep. Mm-hmm. Also, whenever you do energy healing or when you receive it, drink a lot of water. Or you eat Domino's pizza. Seriously, all those things require a lot of water. Seriously, though, when you do energy work, any kind of energy work, you want to stay hydrated. Trixie, honey, my cat is just like not. My cat is fascinated by this pen right now. It's the coolest thing she's ever seen. It is kind of cool. I like it myself. I'll go ahead. You can play with it. Okay, so when people we love pass, okay, are you familiar with Abraham Hicks, Claire? Because thanks for the reminder. I forgot about drinking water. Trixie, it's my cat. Completely this cat right here with this tail. This, you can't see the tail because it's a black tail. Miss Cat Girl. She goes, I do sense him around me, but don't seem to be able to communicate with him. Okay. Okay, good. So you sense him around you. Good. So, because sometimes, and you obviously are past this part, sometimes people are so sad that even though, that they just can't get past the fact that the person is gone. And when they feel them, they just get sad instead of realizing that the soul is there with you. And that's why you're suddenly thinking of them and feeling something. So they're not making you feel anything. You're inspired. Like if you remember somebody that just passed, you might feel upset and maybe you'll cry. But you remind yourself always that, and this goes for everybody, remind yourself, if you're drawn, in that moment that, oh, wait a minute. That means they're here. They're here. That's what I do with my mom, who just transitioned about a year and a half ago. And I know all about spirit. I know she's in spirit and all that, but sometimes I would just miss her. And I'd be like, I miss you, Mom. And then maybe I get a tear. And then I'm like, wait a minute. You're here. That's why I'm crying, because you're here. Okay. All right. So now why would you not be able to communicate? Practice. Spirit saying practice makes perfect. Okay. You can try some different things. First of all, how do you normally communicate with spirit? Like, do you do automatic writing? Or are you clairaudient? Like, what is your normal method? Do you have one? And if not, I invite you to, I swear, this one piece of hair keeps flying into my mouth and I'm just eating it. Hard keratin protein. Do you know that hair is keratin protein, but you cannot eat it? It does not sustain life. It is a dead cell. Yeah, I learned that in beauty school, 1980 something. Anyway, so automatic writing, they're saying you can ask them a question or even write down the question. For example, what's it like where you are? And then, but quiet your mind, maybe light a candle, do some candle gazing, listen to some soft music, be in a quiet space, a quiet meditative space, trance-like space. And then just write whatever comes to mind. Don't judge it. Don't think about it. Don't say, am I doing this myself? Just let it go. Whatever is coming out, just let it flow. Let it flow. Let it flow. Conversations with God by Neil Donald Walsh was written just like that. He literally had a whole conversation with God and, makes a lot of money from these wonderful books just because he just asked questions and started writing. I'm making it sound more, no, it really is simple. You just have to allow it. So that's what Spirit's showing me for you. Automatic writing, because you'll get very detailed answers, but you can also ask for, hi, Claudia, good to see you. She goes, I've been learning to read tarot cards, but again, I feel like I'm stuck. Okay. All right. So I keep hearing that word. First of all, I've got a class starting up a week from Friday, the Intuitive Development Evolution. And we're going to be doing intuitive development exercises every week. I think we're going to start. I feel spirit. they're saying $44 a month. So it's like $11.11 a week or $11 a week or something like that. And we're going to start that way and then see what happens. And if anybody can't afford it, we'll work something out for now. And if somebody can afford more, great, because that'll make up for the people that can't. But the price we're going to go with is $44 a month. We're going to meet every Friday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And this starts on we're going to do it on Zoom. This begins on the 26th of August. That's the intention, the 26th of August. So this coming Friday is a pizza party on Zoom. If anybody wants to attend, you've got to let me know, and I will add you to a group, to a chat box group where I'm going to put the Zoom link and we can all meet together on Facebook. That will be, on Zoom, and that's this coming Friday. But the class starts the following week, and we'll talk about the class as well. And that's going to help with everything, with card reading and mediumship and everything. So we're going to work on our clairs. We're going to work on whatever Spirit wants to do. I'm here to facilitate the class for Spirit and to serve you guys. So I am the facilitator. Yeah. And it's going to be fun. Hello from Jamaica. Hello from Florida to Jamaica. That's awesome. And is my boyfriend coming back? My boyfriend's back and you're going to be in trouble. Hey, la, de, la. Sorry, I couldn't help myself. So I really do want to mention, where'd you go? Claire, that I want to invite you to not say that you're stuck. I understand you're trying to communicate that to me, that you feel like you are. I get that. But see if you can shift that perspective and say, you know what? I'm learning to read tarot and it's getting easier every day. Or something like that. Something where it's not like hitting a brick wall. Though as soon as you say stuck, bam, it's like you hit a wall and you can't get past that. You have to allow yourself to get better. Allow yourself. And so they're saying to overcome obstacles, you have to stop focusing on them. Because as long as you keep focusing on like they're showing me like a barrier, like when you're driving down the road and there's a barrier. I don't know if it's in the UK the same thing. In the US, there's like this orange and white barricades. Like, and you're like, you can't get past that barricade. Your car will hit it. And instead of this barricade, right? If I'm focusing on it, then I'm creating it. If I release my focus on it and I focus on other things, and I just say, yeah, this road's getting more clear every day, and just driving. And then one day I'm just driving down the road and I don't even notice. It's just not there anymore. You're going to see it. Things will just start to flow for you. But I do recommend practice, and I do recommend being mindful of the words that you tell yourself, because we do create our own reality. My teachings are all law of attraction based, and that is something that you'll know if you watch my live streams. And I'm glad you're here. And also when I'll be facilitating / teaching the Intuitive Development Evolution, which begins on the 26th. All right, let's see who's next. I've got to go get going. See you soon, souls. Just mwah! So glad that you're here, Samadhi. Have an amazing day. Amazing day. Thank you so much for being here. Yep. All right. And if anybody wants a reading, you can donate using PayPal. I got a few more minutes. This is so weird because it feels like I've been here forever. And I look at the time. Oh, I did come a little bit early today. I remember that now. I started early so I can quiet my mind with you guys. Awesome. All right. Samadhi joined Discovering the Unfoldment of Trance. Hello, hello, hello. Awesome. Oh, it's just great. I just love trance. All right. So is there anybody else that wants a reading today while we are still here? I have the menu pinned in the comments. I think I'm tired. Smiling. All right, cool. You have a beautiful smile. I'm happy. I'm happy, guys. You're all amazing. Is Megan still sleeping over there? Yep. Look at that. That's all she wanted before. She was telling me that she was saying, Pa's is in my bed. He's sleeping in my bed, Mommy. And where am I supposed to sleep? So I made the chair all nice and cozy, and I talked her in, and she's happy. She goes, makes sense. Positive, receive positive. Thank you so much. You're very, very welcome. Guys, I also do private sessions. I do psychic reading, private psychic readings, and healing, energy clearing, energetic cord removal, intuitive development mentorship. What else? Law of attraction coaching. So, and I know, and I could teach you how to keep hair out of your face while you're live streaming. I could even teach you how to do live streaming, actually, which is something a lot of people keep asking me, and they have been for years because I've been doing this. I had to move my fan. I've been doing this for a long time. I don't know that I feel drawn to teach that, but I can tutor it. Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, if anybody's drawn to do that, let me know. I have a feeling I'd be, because I know the last time I mentioned that I might do a class on it, there were a lot of people that were interested. But I really feel more excited about teaching intuitive development right now. Yeah. And you know what? Intuitive development and learning the law of attraction and self-love and all that, that's what you need to get started. Because live streaming is really all about self-confidence. And a lot of which you can develop while you're live streaming too, because you have to learn how to roll with it. Stuff happens when you're live streaming that you don't know what's going to happen. Is your cat going to knock over the microphone, or your dog is going to need your attention, or, is a hair going to get stuck in your mouth every 5 seconds? These things happen, and it's all good. It's all fine. But you have to be okay with it. You have to get used to just being okay. You have to be comfortable being yourself in every given moment and knowing that everything happens for a reason and that everything is divinely guided. A lot of trust, a lot of allowing. What I'm talking about with live streaming is the same thing with intuitive development. A lot of trust, a lot of allowing, and a lot of healing. This card keeps coming up. Somebody's really got an anger issue. Someone's holding on to some stuff. There's somebody here that's holding on to some stuff. And they're talking about synergy. The whole is greater than the sum of its parts. So they're talking about getting together as a group and connecting. As Kimmy would say, community is important. And connecting as a group. Movement. We're never really stuck. We're always moving. If we believe we're stuck, then we're creating the facade or the facade that we are unmoving. But in reality, we're constantly moving. Now, we can contract in fear or expand in love. Now, where do you want to go? Okay. They're also saying grounding. Grounding is really key, guys. Really key. Always make sure that you ground before you do any work. When you get up in the morning, after you do readings, always make sure that you ground. That could be sitting under a tree. That could be visualizing yourself sitting under a tree. It could be visualizing the roots, your energetic roots growing deep, deep down into the earth from the soles of your feet or the base of your spine. I'm looking for my selenite and I don't see it. But grounding, hugging a tree, taking a salt bath, going in the ocean. They're talking about the completion of a cycle, guys. The completion of a cycle. This is the out with the old, in with the new. We're in Leo season now. We are in the ascended time of the ascension. We're here. We're here now. We are in the age of Aquarius. We're living in the new age. We're creating the golden age. It's now. And we are the creators of it. We are the way showers. That's what we are here to do. And we alone as a collective. Hi, Kelly, how are you? I'm glad to see you here. We hold the power. We all have the power. What power is that? The power of source energy. All the power in the universe is channeled through us all the time. How do we direct it? How do we create our own reality? Because we are extensions of source energy, and all that power we can flow right through us. We do create our own reality. Nothing is happening to us. It's happening for us. And no one else is doing it. We are doing it to ourselves. So what reality do you want to create? I invite you to, interesting, go on a vision quest. Really? What do you mean, Spirit? To quiet your mind. They're saying to quiet your mind. To quiet your mind. And either in meditation or in trance or both. Allow yourself to flow. Allow yourself to flow, to ebb and flow. And just know that that's how life works, with the ebb and flow, It's never a constant, everything is always hunky-dory every moment of every day. That's not why we're here. The Earth School is a tough school. It's a highly contrasting school of duality, but that's so we can learn. We do this to as souls to learn, and so we choose this. And while we're here in this now time, we can choose to purify, to release. That's one of the services that I offer is the purification, is the cleansing and the energy clearing with the healing. I do that for you guys because this is a time of rebirth. So in order to be reborn, we need to release what it is that we're carrying, all that baggage from the past. We need to let it go. And when you're ready to let it go, and it's because it's no longer serving your greatest and highest good, that's the time. And you can do it yourself, or you can hire somebody to help you do it. However you want to do it is fine, but it's time to release. And I do offer these services, and I love doing it. It is my passion. Some of these things I have listed on my website, which is highvibrationalmastery.com. And some things like my healing services, I don't even have up there yet. I have it open that I'm going to edit that tomorrow to edit my service menu because I have so much more that I offer now. But 2 more things. Winter solstice reflection and harmony. So just remember that we are resonant beings. We are energetic beings, all of us. We are all made of love and light. All of us. Even those of us that don't know it yet. Their souls know it. But those of us that are on the path to enlightenment and awakening, those of us who are here now, now, here together, choosing to create our reality with intention, choosing to flow and to go with the flow, and to flow to the higher vibration intentionally. They're reminding us again about grounding. That's 2 different decks, same message. And they were also reminding you that this is your mission. You came here with an intention. It says you have a role to play, listen, trust, act, and be the change. Be the change. Last card. Cross the great waters. A big undertaking, time for action, and new possibilities. On that note, my beautiful friends, I love you all. Feel free to email me at highvibrationalmastery@gmail.com, or you can go to my website, highvibrationalmastery.com, and message me from there. Or inbox me on Facebook. That's the fastest. If you're on Facebook, just send me a message and a friend request. And I love you guys. And is there anything else? Yes. And Friday is the pizza party. So if you want to go to the pizza party, which is free, it's just BYOP, bring your own pizza. Just inbox me on Facebook and let me know. And then I will add you to our little chat group, which is where I'm going to post the Zoom link. And so this way, Friday, everybody's going to have their pizza. We're all going to hang out. It's be really casual, talk to each other. And it's my intention to do some readings that night. Depends on how many people are there, but that's the intention. Anyway, we're going to hang out and have fun. So I love you guys. Thank you for being here. Welcome, Kelly. Thank you, Bonnie. Good night, my dear. I love you all. I have a short list right now of the pizza party so far. I've got Bonnie and Brian, Linda, Kim McElwain, and anybody who wants to come, just inbox me on Facebook or email me. Okay? Okay. See you soon. I love you guys. Pizza party's free, by the way, so be there. Good night. And thank you. Thank you. Thank you for allowing me to do what I love to do. Yeah. I'm very grateful.